depending upon the different LAN protocol, different protocol, or also they can be use different network layers protocol also. Okay, so they actually build this connection between those. So when router receives the data packet on any one of its interface, it checks the destination address of that packet based on the destination address, and then it forwards the data packets from one interface which is connected with the destination address. To forward the data packet to its destination, router keeps the record of the connected network. Okay, so routing you are able to understand very good with the example of the Google map. Okay, so how? See, from your location you are searching your destination. Okay, so in your location part you are giving the location, and in your destination part you are giving, okay, the destination address. And then in the Google map, you are actually, Google map will do what? Google map will provide you 2 to 3 at least the probable pathway through which you can reach. Okay, and they also measure you the amount of time or amount of destination is there. So they will Google map will direct you to the shortest path. Okay, the shortest path means maybe they will detect the 3 paths, but they will actually promote the shortest path to you so that you can go. So what actually routing do? Okay, so routing will do, as you know, the informations in the network are passing through a packet. Okay, so one after another, one router's job is to hold the packet and find out where is the destination. Okay, and destination they will address first, and they will check that through which pathway, if we want to transmit the data packet, so the data packet can reach the earlier. There may be 4 to 5 routers are waiting in this particular network to transmit the data packet, but it will choose the shortest one, okay, so that it can be easily transferred, so that the transmission can be smoothly done in a quick time. Okay, so this is actually the example of a router, you can say. Okay, and also there is a routing table also there. What is routing table? That which router, suppose router 1, router 2, router 3, 5 routers are there, router 5. So after router 1 receives the data packet, it is transmitted to the router 3. Why they are escaping number 2? Because okay, with the help of a diagram, if I explain, that will be better. Suppose my source point is this one and my destination point is this one. Okay, I having here one router, another router 3 over here, router 4 over here, router 5 over here. Okay, so what to do? There is a different pathway is there. So from the source and sender is sending me this packet. So again it is going to the further to R1. Okay, maybe it can be go to R2 also. Okay, it can go to R1, it can go to. Suppose it received by the R1. So after reaching it to R1, it will detect a pathway. Okay, so in the table, there will be a table with a router 1, router 4 names written over here, and which data packet it when received, it will be there. Okay, from R1, it is maybe goes, R1 will choose that it can passes through the packet to R3, it can passes to the R5 as well. Okay, so let's the distance between R1 and R3 is more, or some time will be there or something, or there is any transmission is going on. That's why R1 chooses R4. So from R1 there will be updated table, the packet is received by the R4. Okay, then there is a probability that R4 can directly send it to the destination end, or if there is any problem, then R4 will update it to R5. So if it is directly, then from R4 to directly it will be passed to the destination, it will be updated in the router table. Or otherwise, what will happen after R4, the packet will reach to the R5, so it will be updated in the table, that from R1 to R4 to R5, and then it is received by the destination end. Okay, so this is actually the question of actually how the routing table works. It will track the data packet from which routers to which router is actually moving. Okay. So it is definition is there that to forward the data packets to its destination, a router keeps the record of connected network. These records are maintained in the database table known as the routing table. So routing table can be built statistically or dynamically. So what actually basically the router is used to connect the different network segments, to connect the different network protocol, okay, to connect the several smaller network into a larger network, or that is called inter-network, to break the large network into a smaller network, or to connect the two different media types such as UTP and fiber optic cable. Okay. Now we are moving to the next topic, that is a gateway. Okay. The term gateway is used to describe a broad category of a LAN interconnecting devices. So which is basically acts as a translator between two networks running totally incompatible communication protocols. Okay, what is incompatible communication? For example, one is following, that is like TCP/IP is one, and another one is IBMS system network architecture, or SNA in another. So one system or one part is actually following the TCP/IP protocol. Another one is following the SNA protocol. These two are different. Okay, so what actually gateway will do? Gateway will actually work as an intermediator, or translator, or intermediator through which, okay, it will translate that. So a good example is that when you actually transfer amount in online using your credit card or debit card, you will see there is a payment gateway is coming. Okay, through a payment gateway, it is not that actually they will give you their bank details and everything in a website. No, there is a payment gateway will be there, and that payment gateway you have to put your card number, expiry date, and all the details, and then it will pay. So what actually this payment gateway do? The payment gateway is work at an intermediate. Why actually? Suppose my account is having in HDFC, and the website owner, where actually we were working and we were actually placing the order, they are having different connectivity between banks or something. Okay, so they are having a different terms and condition or agreement, something like that. So what will it may be? There is no agreement between these two banks or something can happen. So what will happen? The gateway will act like a security guard. Okay, so first from the customer it will take the payment. Okay, it will keep in his bank, and then from his bank it will transfer to the owner where actually you are placing the order. So why it is happening? So it will reduce the actually the security reduce, not will reduce loopholes of the security. It will reduce the loopholes of the security. And one more thing, this problem may arise in Google Pay and Phone Pay. You are saying that transaction cannot find, it is lost somewhere. Okay, it is stuck somewhere. So this kind of a problem, okay, you can omit, okay, using this gateway. So I am from the point of view of payment gateway I am saying, but in case of network also, if two networks are following the different protocol, so they will not set to an agreement because they are following different internet protocols. So what will happen? So there must be a one intermediator or translator is there where this coming through this particular medium the transmission can be possible. So in case of memory, you remember that we require buffer memory. Why? Because there may be a speed misparity is there that's coming. The data is coming in a very speedy manner, but output is not going in a same manner. So that point of time we require a memory buffer to neutralize the speed, because the input stream is coming in very fast, the output stream is not going on, there will be misparity. So what we will doing, we are keeping this part of the memory which is not out for the output session, we are keeping a buffer memory. So exactly work of a buffer memory and this gateway is same. Okay, so a router only checks the addressing information in the data frame and its handle, and it does not change the content of the message. However, if the destination nodes differ in the protocol standard, unlike a router or gateway repackage, and sometimes it converts the data to the destination network. So what type of function actually doing? Default gateway, some networks can have multiple routers that lead to other networks. So among this, one router can be selected to serve as a primary path to other network. Okay, so this router is called a gateway, a default gateway. Now electronic mails gateway, emails gateway are translated message from one vendor messaging to application to another. Suppose you are having your account in your Gmail and you are sending the mail to the account holder having the mail in the Rediff mail or Yahoo mail. So both are not belongs to the same category. The different network they are using. So what will happen? They will not send the mail. There must be some sort. They are more maybe following the different protocols, but we need to send this information. So this way intermediary works. Okay. Application, so that the user of the different email application can share their message. And firewall gateway also serves as a firewall which allow the internal network, that I am talking about the security one, that is okay, user to access the internet. So while block the internet user from accessing the internal network. So directly you cannot choose. There is a protection is there. If you pass this gateway, then only the message can move to the another end. Okay, and proxy server, the gateway may act as a proxy server. This make the copies of incoming and outgoing data packets and forward them to another site. Okay. Now coming to the differentiation part. So bridge and repeater. So repeater actually a bridge use, suppose LAN segment separate to LAN segment, and repeater you use in extended LAN segment. Okay, in case of bridge, filtering of data take place across a bridge. In case of no data filtering takes place in case of repeater. Okay, bridge uses a MAC address of the nodes to filter the data, and repeater does not require any kind of a MAC address. Okay, nodes on the either side of the bridge fall under the different collision domains, and nodes on either side of the repeater falls under the same collision. It is comes under a different collision domain. Now differentiation between bridge and switches. Okay, so basic, that is a bridge can connect the fewer lines, and switch can connect the more networks compared to the bridge. Buffer, so bridge says do not have buffer, switch has the buffer for each link connected to it. Types, simple bridge, multi-point bridge, and the transparent bridge are there. And here the switch, store and forward switch, and cut through switch is there. And error, bridge do not perform error checking, but switch performs the error checking. Also in case of switch, faster operation than a LAN bridge and slower operation than LAN bridge. In case of bridge I am talking about. Okay, no switching operation is present in bridge, but a fast switching matrix is used to connect the nodes involved in a data transfer. Now the difference between router and the bridge. Okay, so router operates on the network layer of a OSI model, and bridge operates on the data link layer of the OSI model. The router used to connect the LAN and WAN, and bridge used to connect the two different LAN segments only. The router transmits the data in the form of packet, and the bridge transfers the data in the form of frames. Okay, it reads the IP address of a device, and bridges reads the MAC address. Okay, and the router has more ports compared to bridge, and bridge has only 2 ports. It uses a routing table for sending data in case of router, and bridge does not have any kind of a routed table to sending the data. It works on more than the broadcast domain. It works single broadcast domain. Okay, thank you student. I am ending my lecture over here.